What if I told you there's a plant that can survive longer without water than a camel can survive without food? And no, I'm not talking about your typical snake plant or pothos. I'm talking about species so mysteriously adapted to neglect that they've been quietly thriving in forgotten corners for decades. Today, I'm revealing the houseplants that laughed in the face of my month-long vacation and actually looked better when I came back. But here's the twist. Most people have never heard of these plants, and there's a reason nurseries don't want you to know about them. Welcome to Plant Care Secret, where we uncover the underground truths big garden centers won't share. If you're tired of killing easy plants and want species that thrive on neglect, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button, because what I'm about to share could change your entire approach to houseplants. Let me introduce you to Xerosicyos danguyi, the silver dollar plant. This Madagascan mystery is so rare that most plant shops have never carried it. Why? Because it's too easy to care for. This succulent vine can go 6 to 8 weeks without water and actually prefers the low light conditions of most homes. Here's what makes it fascinating. Its round, silver-green leaves are designed like water storage tanks. I left mine completely unwatered for 2 months during a move, and when I unpacked it, not a single leaf had dropped. It had grown 2 new vines. The secret? Those silvery leaves reflect excess light and heat, preventing water loss. It's like the plant engineered its own survival suit. You know what's embarrassing? I bought my first Xerosicyos thinking it was just another succulent. I watered it weakly like a responsible plant parent. It looked at me like I was trying to drown it. The leaves started getting mushy and I panicked. Turns out, this plant was begging me to ignore it. So I shoved it on a shelf, forgot it existed for 6 weeks, and when I finally remembered, bam, it had doubled in size. This plant taught me that sometimes the best thing you can do is have a terrible memory. Who knew neglect was a superpower? Prepare yourself for something bizarre. Sanseviaria cylindrica Boncel. Not the common cylindrical snake plant. This is its chubby, alien-looking cousin. Some call it the Starfish Snake Plant because of its stubby, finger-like leaves that fan out like an underwater creature. This plant has a dark secret hidden in its roots. Beneath the soil, it develops an extensive rhizome system that stores water like an underground reservoir. You could forget this plant for 3 months, yes, 3 months, and it would just sit there patiently waiting, slowly sipping from its secret cache. But here's where it gets interesting. Overwatering is nearly impossible to detect until it's too late. The rot starts deep in those hidden rhizomes invisible to the eye. So ironically, the only way to kill this indestructible species is by caring too much. The plant punishes love and rewards neglect. Nature's twisted sense of humor. The next plant was used in ancient rituals because people believed it could survive death itself. Stick around, because that story gets even stranger. Meet Haworthia cooperi var truncata, the transparent succulent. This is where houseplants enter the supernatural realm. The tops of its leaves are completely transparent, with window-like structures that allow light to penetrate deep into the plant's interior. In nature, this species buries itself almost completely underground to escape the brutal African sun, with only these translucent windows peeking out. The mystery? This plant evolved to photosynthesize underground. Light filters through those crystal-clear leaf tips, reaching chlorophyll stored deep within the buried portions. It's photosynthesizing in the dark, using filtered light that would be useless to any other plant. In your home, this means the Haworthia cooperi can thrive in the strangest locations. That corner where light barely reaches, that bathroom with a frosted window, that bookshelf 3 feet from a north-facing window. Water? Once every 4 to 6 weeks is preferred. I've grown this plant in a sealed terrarium for 8 months with no watering. When I opened it, the plant had multiplied into a colony of jewel-like rosettes. If this content brings you value, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new here, and please share it with someone you know could benefit from it. Your support means everything to me and my family. I'm going to ask you for a huge favor. Please watch the entire video. As you know, I now live off YouTube so I can take care of my kids, so every view, every subscription, and every share helps me tremendously. If you're realizing everything you've been told about plant care is backwards, good. Subscribe to Plant Care Secret because we're just getting started. Here's my confession. I once killed a cactus. Yes, a cactus. I was so traumatized that I swore off succulents entirely. Then a friend gave me a Haworthia cooperi as a joke. Literally said, "Even you can't kill this one." Challenge accepted, universe. I put it in the darkest corner of my apartment, the spot where sunlight goes to die. I watered it once and then completely forgot I owned it. 3 months later, I'm cleaning and find this little guy not just alive, but thriving. It had babies. This plant reproduced out of pure spite just to prove me wrong. I've never felt so attacked by a succulent. Now it's my pride and joy, and I brag about it like it's my honor student. Oh, this? Yeah, it grows in the dark. No big deal. Here's the plant that made me question reality. Sedum morganianum burrito. You might think you know burro's tail, but this variety is different. Thicker leaves, tighter spacing, and an almost supernatural ability to propagate from nothing. Drop a single leaf on dry soil and walk away for a month. When you return, you'll find roots and a baby plant. No water, no attention, just life, emerging from what seemed like certain death. The real secret? The burrito variety stores more water in less space than its common cousin. Each plump leaf is a water balloon, and the plant can have hundreds. That's a built-in irrigation system. The plant literally cannot run out of water fast enough to die. I once knocked a piece off mine that landed behind a cabinet with no light and no water for 4 months. When I moved the furniture, that piece had not only survived, it had rooted into a dust bunny and was growing upward, searching for light. If that's not plant zombification, I don't know what is. Finally, the plant that started my obsession, Euphorbia obesa, the baseball plant. This perfectly spherical succulent from South Africa is so efficient at water storage that it can go an entire year without watering. 1 year. But here's the haunting mystery. In nature, these plants are nearly extinct. Yet in cultivation, with absolute neglect, they thrive and multiply. It's as if human forgetfulness is exactly what they've been waiting for. The baseball plant grows so slowly that some specimens are over 100 years old. You're not just buying a plant, you're adopting a living time capsule that could outlive you, and it asks for nothing except to be left alone. These 5 plants, the silver dollar vine, the starfish snake plant, the transparent succulent, the burrito, and the baseball plant, prove that the best plant care is sometimes no care at all. Nature designed them for neglect, and we've been fighting their true nature by trying too hard. If these secrets fascinated you, imagine what else we're uncovering at Plant Care Secret. Subscribe now, because next week, I'm revealing the plant that actually grows faster when you ignore it. Yes, that's real, and it's going to blow your mind. Until then, go forget to water something. Your plants will thank you.